Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something quite specific. Quiet luxury.
Right, and we're looking at it through, well, a pretty unique source, actually.
Yeah, we've got parts of a script. It features Monaco's richest man talking about his home renovation.
Done by this design firm, Marquesa. It's fascinating stuff.
It really is. So our mission, I guess, is to unpack what this reveals about, real luxury, craftsmanship, and maybe how design creates legacy.
Okay, well, the first thing that jumped out at me was this clear distinction it makes.
Between the loud and the quiet.
Exactly. The script literally says, true luxury isn't loud, it whispers, which I thought was quite evocative.
It whispers what was it?
Craftsmanship, detail, and heritage. So it's immediately setting itself apart from just, flashy branding or obvious expense.
Right. It's subtler, deeper, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's reinforced by the client himself, this Monaco figure.
Yeah, he mentions living everywhere. Paris, Dubai, New York.
Yeah.
Centers of luxury, right?
Uh-huh. But he specifically chose Marquesa. And the reason he gives is quite telling.
What was that again?
He says, only Marquesa understood what legacy should look like.
No.
That's a big statement.
It really is. Legacy, not just decoration. It implies something enduring.
Precisely. And it links back to Marquesa's approach. The script doesn't say they furnished his house.
No, it uses the word elevated.
They didn't furnish my house. They elevated it. That suggests a real transformation, doesn't it? Like art meeting function.
Definitely. Taking it beyond just nice things into something more profound.
Yeah, and the script gives hints of how. It mentions bespoke pieces like a custom chandelier.
And intricate wall panels, a private wine room. It sounds incredibly detailed.
Bespoke, refined, warm, that was another word used. Not cold or austere.
So it's about quality, but also personality, warmth, not just museum pieces.
Right, and think about the feeling they're aiming for. The script uses phrases like quiet power.
Timeless taste, an eye for perfection. Those really capture that understated confidence, don't they?
They absolutely do. It's not about shouting, it's about this inherent quality speaking for itself. How do the visuals describe kind of back this up?
Well, you get the big picture first, the marble halls, the amazing furniture, those ocean views, classic luxury imagery.
Okay, standard stuff for that level.
But then, crucially, it seems to zoom in. It focuses on craftsmen at work.
Ah, interesting. Like showing the process.
Yeah, someone carving wood, someone carefully placing silk upholstery. It highlights the human skill involved.
That makes sense. It grounds the luxury in actual craft, not just acquisition.
Exactly. And even the branding is minimal, just an engraved logo mentioned. Very subtle.
Which ties back perfectly to that whispered luxury idea. It doesn't need to scream its name.
And their positioning statement is pretty direct too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Crafted for those who already have everything except compromise.
That says it all, really. Sets an incredibly high bar, no compromise.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And suggested taglines like, where legacy lives in luxury, or the art of timeless living. They all hammer home that same theme.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what's the core takeaway about this kind of elite luxury?
Well, it seems the real deal, at least as presented here, isn't about the flash. It's deeply rooted in the quality of the making.
The craftsmanship, the intense focus on detail, maybe a connection to history or heritage.
Yeah, and creating something that feels personal and lasting. Like Marquesa's work is aiming for that sense of timeless value.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Beyond this super high-end world, how might these ideas, craftsmanship, real attention to detail, not compromising on quality, add lasting value or a sense of legacy in your own life?
Interesting question. It could be anywhere, couldn't it? The care you put into something, the things you choose to live with, where does that quiet dedication create something timeless for you?